TP takes.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Welcome back to TP Takes. Today is August 7th. This episode will probably be released around like August 10th or 11th. But yeah, whatever. So we're going to get into some nice fun stuff today. We're going to do the same thing as usual. We're going to get into the article talk. Today's article or pictures or topics, whatever that we're going to talk about is Walmart people. Crazy shit you see in pictures. Wow, look at that pour. Right, staring right into my eyes as you pour that. Look at that mug. Look at this guy.
Oh, yes.
Unbelievable. Certified beauty.
Oh,
So yeah, we're going to get
yes.
to Walmart. We're going to talk about the NFL, more players opting out, and some criminal activity, some big players going on. They're getting kicked off their teams, and they're getting a slap on the wrist.
Getting kicked out the league.
We're going to talk about college football, how Jim Harbaugh just fucking made himself even look more like a clown going out with Ryan Day and the Buckeyes, and they haven't beat him in God knows how long. NHL games, we're going to go over what's going on, some potential number one picks in the draft for the young stud Lafreniere.
Lafreniere.
Yeah, same thing, whatever. And Tommy's going to go into some NBA over people that are already number one seeds. The overs are just crushing the betting world.
Except for when I bet on it.
And WNBA star Ariel Powers telling Andre Iguodala, sit the fuck down, son. Know my name. Then we're going to have our buddy, our Texas correspondent, our local Texan, Isaac. I'm so stupid. Isaac. Talk about some Texas, the good stuff about Texas sports, what's good there, and we're going to talk about burgers.
What's bad.
Yeah, then we're going to get some other sports and poo-poo parlays for today. That's all we got.
Yes, sir.
First thing we're going to talk about is our articles. I'll go first this week.
All right.
My article about my Walmart thing, my little little section here, is it's titled "Aggressive Woman on Scooter." You know, like
Oh,
just like
God.
those electrical scooters that just motor around Walmart. Like no fucks given in the world. Well,
Oh,
apparently
God.
this lady, I guess we'll call her Karen because it's fitting. Some little overweight child wanted the last bag of sour Skittles, and this lady was reported by one of the workers there to full speed run this kid over. I wish there was a video. There just isn't. There's a picture of the lady on the cart. That's about it. And you can just picture how it just went down. She went and ran over this 5-year-old child for a candy bar. Then she threatened him and his mother. And then she complained to the store that she should get the Skittles for free. And the employee just said, like, fuck it, like, get out of here. Like, just take it and leave. So she walked away with free Skittles and mauling a fucking 5-year-old kid for it. So good for her. She got what she wanted. But that was my that's my Walmart little store for today. Walmart, crazy place.
All right. So mine, it's a little different. I guess some of the bakers were it was Thanksgiving. I guess they got a little excited. You know, they made a nice little turkey cake for Thanksgiving. Make it real festive.
Mm-hmm.
And they made the turkey into a dick. It is a whole cock and balls.
So the picture's going to be up here for you guys.
Yes.
I've already seen it. It's funny. It's just like there's no way they didn't know. Like there's no way they couldn't picture that like put like hand in hand. Like okay, like listen, that looks like a cock. But like, listen.
That's all it is, and it's skin color too. I mean.
Oh, dude, it's just blatant as could be. There's no way that was a mistake.
They were feeling it.
They were feeling themselves. The little festive break coming up got them a little happy. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the NFL.
Yes, we do. Honestly, not much new NFL news. Nothing really crazy happened besides more players opting out. The deadline did pass, though, where players had to opt out and still get their reimbursement.
Their stipend, yeah.
Stipend pay. So now if they back out, they don't get that. So we're going to probably see a lot less of those. Nothing really crazy. It's just I'm just curious that because clearly the MLB is not like working out too well with this. Like let your players roam free at your own home stadium. You got to stay in a hotel. Like these guys are going to go out and have fun. So like it's just a bubble, man. It just seems like the NFL's got to try and figure that out somehow. But it's so hard. There's so many people.
Yeah, I don't know if a bubble's possible unless they did like. Well, one thing I haven't really heard anybody say, because I don't know if it's really feasible or not, but like, what if they did a different bubble for every division?
It's not bad.
And
It's not,
then, like, they just make sure that, like, say the AFC East is playing the NFC West. So, like,
they like change the schedule. Like the AFC East will play the NFC East and something like
yeah,
that.
so that way there's less travel and they could just make it easier. I don't know if that'll happen or if they would even consider doing that, but if they were going to go for a bubble, maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we've been saying this for the last 2 episodes now. The NFL is going to happen. Roger's not going to let it not happen.
Oh, yeah.
So they're going to figure it out. I'm excited to see how they do it. But one thing, there's 2 guys recently that NFL is not happening for at all. You want to go into that? Freaking some NFC East players.
Yeah, so there's DeAndre Baker. He got arrested on 4 counts of robbery with a weapon or with a gun. Oh well, yeah, with a firearm. They said that if he's convicted, it'll be between 10 years and a life sentence.
I just don't get that. Like, I mean, obviously, this guy Baker is not the first NFL player to do this or any athlete to do this. I just don't get it because even if he is a bottom tier player on the Giants, he's still making a good amount of money to like.
Well,
live.
he was a first or second round pick last year, so
Yeah.
he made like I think he made like almost $9 million.
Yeah, the man got
Something
his
close
back.
to that. Yeah.
Like, what kind of store did he rob?
It wasn't a store. From what I was from what I heard, it was like I guess him and another player went and they were like gambling.
Okay.
You know, like a barbecue or something, and I guess they like lost money or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then they came back and robbed the place.
All right, well, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So I don't really know what happened. Obviously, I was not there. I was not a part of it. So
Yeah, I mean,
I could not imagine what actually happened if that's the story that's being told now.
Yeah, well, listen, idiot gambling his own money. You got all of it in the world. You don't need to do that and ruin your whole career. Now you're never going to be on a team and you're never going to do anything. So, sorry, Baker.
Yeah, I mean, he went from, probably $9 million a year to, throwing it away for $30K.
Yep, zip and zilch. And then freaking the other guy,
Darius Geis, yes. This just broke at like 7 o'clock tonight. It's like 8:30 now.
There we go. Wow, breaking news.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat, yeah. So he turned himself in. He was arrested on domestic violence charges, and I think also something about strangulation too. So now the Washington football team cut him already. So
good for them. I mean, listen, there's no spot for that. I mean, listen, another thing that we see happen way too much is just I just don't feel the need like necessary to harm your significant other or any other female for that matter. There's nothing to do that. But listen, speaking about females and males, we're gonna hop into a different sport real quick here because there's nothing much with the NFL going on. Andre Iguodala was told to sit the fuck down, stop being a fucking to stop being a dick by Ariel Powers in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Iguodala just referenced her to her number being good, and she's like, bitch, know my name. My name's Ariel Powers. And Andre Iguodala had to sit the fuck down and eat his words and look stupid.
Yeah, but the problem is that, and then she brought up, if she was a guy, then, would he know her name and things like that. And then I was looking at the comments on Twitter, and a whole bunch of people brought up comments from other athletes, and it was like guy to guy. And it was like they would just reference them by their number, and the guy would say thank you back. And that was completely it, and it was perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a sore topic. I get it.
Yeah.
In a way, you can't really even blame Iguodala. I don't think what he did was horrible or evil in any way. it's just there's not enough coverage for the sport. Like honestly, like I couldn't tell you what numbers what on most of these teams in like the WNBA. I'm like they're still stick athletes, they'll beat me in anything I try to do.
Oh yeah.
But like it's just the coverage and like just the general like respect from like ESPN or sports outlets. Just they just don't do much about it. Even like women's soccer, like the only good thing they talk about is when they win the World Cup for the United States because the men suck.
Yeah.
It's just
The
so there are
NWSL isn't even on TV, so
right. It's like the girls' sports are definitely slated with like media like presence. So you can't really knock Andre Iguodala, but it was just funny that she said like, now good for her though, like good for fucking her. Like she's herself, and she told a big time. I mean, he was a Finals MVP, right?
Yeah, he won with the Warriors.
Yeah, locks on LeBron.
I mean, I wouldn't really say locks. LeBron averaged 35 a game that series.
You can't really. That's locks. LeBron's the GOAT. So,
all right. So,
I'm not doing that right
now. Nope, I'm not Skip Bayless. All right. Next up, we got like the overs, man. The overs in the NBA in the bubble.
Some fucking idiot lifetime, like, huh?
They just keep hitting, dude.
Bro, I forgot the date and I forgot the games playing, but the one night, like it was like the first or second night back, they broke the record for like average like points in the night.
It was and the Rockets and the Rockets and the Blazers, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Rockets and somebody. They had the most points scored in a game since I want to say 1990.
Yeah.
It was like 280 put together.
A lot of players are saying that it's like easier to play in this bubble because like it takes away all the distractions, everything that's going on. It's kind of like just playing like
in a high school gym,
like a street ball, high school, like you just said, like, yeah, a high school game. So like I mean, maybe you'll see like the real talent come out here and none of the nerves of the fans like come out. Maybe some guys that are like under the wraps, like usually are gonna ball out this year. Who knows? But
I mean, one of them already is. His name's TJ Warren on the Pacers. Mm-hmm. He in actually one of the games we picked for the Sixers to win last week, or at least I did. TJ Warren on the Pacers dropped 53 on him.
Yeah, I remember you were mad about that, fucking screaming in the group chat.
Yeah, I mean, I lost some money on it.
Drop a 50 burger on us? What the fuck? Yeah, listen, look at him now, balling.
Yeah, dude, he's just going off, man. Both number one seeds clinched already for the playoffs.
I figured that was going to happen.
Yeah, LeBron is, he's chilling now. He can sip on his wine during the games. Just chill a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little touch of gray on there.
He's got to fix that. I know we talked about it last week. He's got to fix that bald spot on top of his head. It is so bad.
What did you say it was? You said it was like a backwards Avatar era?
Yeah, it was just like this way. It was just,
yes.
It looks ridiculous. So, hey, listen, LeBron's LeBron, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And another guy, 4 Sixers, man, they can never catch a break. Ben Simmons, little kneecap issues.
Subluxation of the kneecap. Ugh.
And you were saying that he's going to need surgery, right?
They were saying that he might need surgery. The last that I had seen, they were trying to get more opinions to see if they can, see if he can come back at all this year.
And salvage it.
Yeah, salvage the season.
Well, definitely he's going to be the rest of these little games.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Whatever. So they're going to try and keep him healthy for the playoffs.
Yo, man, you kept saying it was the Zion games. What happened?
The Pelicans are just ass. They're just nothing.
Zion's sitting tonight, too, because they had a back-to-back.
Whatever. Listen, I called it the Zion games because it was set up perfectly for them to make a little comeback, get that last little playing game going, make the playoffs, probably lose the first round, but hey, you got Zion on the playoffs. It's definitely good TV. I mean, they put the fucker on the cover of 2K, so, I mean, they love him. So, yeah. I mean, it didn't work out in their favor, whatever. It's going to go on without a hitch. It's going to be entertaining to watch.
You know who took advantage of this? There's actually 2 teams that were on the outside looking in. Now they're right there.
Let me hear it.
The Blazers.
Okay.
They're on a run. They're on a roll. Just balling.
They're doing it for their home city.
Oh, yeah.
Portland's in flames right now. Quite literally the purge.
Yeah. And then the Phoenix Suns.
Finally.
I'm pretty sure they were the last seed in the West, and they're now up to 10th, and they're a half game behind the Blazers.
Devin Booker, man, finally, he's got to do something. I mean, he's such a good player, just on a shit team, man.
Exactly.
It just sucks. He's a good guy too. I know he plays a lot of video games and stuff. Like I always see him around doing stuff like just on the media. So I'm happy. I hope he makes a playoff push and they can do something because he's talented.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the youngest player. I believe he's the youngest player ever to drop 70 in a game.
That was unbelievable. I was actually watching that too. I forgot who was the guy. He did it. He definitely did it. Trust me, he did it. NBA. I'm actually like I'm an NBA hater, but I mean like the overs hitting and it's exciting basketball, and just like no like the way the NBA did their media and like their presence of like how this court in this bubble is set up, it's like it's perfect. It's perfect. It's fun to watch. The games are good. It's not really missing out too much. Like MLB, it's just they got their corona problems, but they're doing okay. The NBA just really went like leagues and miles like past expectations on how well they set this up. I'm excited to see how the playoffs go. It's going to be good basketball regardless. I'm excited to see some upsets maybe. Was it 8 seeds versus 1, or they got more playoff teams in the NBA? Like
it's 8. It's 1 against 8, 2 against 7, 3 against 6. Yep.
Okay, so maybe we'll see like a little brawny fall in the first round, but I doubt it. But
I mean, if they're playing the Blazers look like they might actually be able to make it a series.
I'm all for the upsets and they shake up the competition a little
bit. Oh
yeah.
Love it. Oh yeah.
Like this month, sports-wise, it sucked for you. UNSS, we talked about last week how he was just on like a pretty like solid start. Then he started to die off a little bit. He kind of started to struggle, and then
went down to hitting 180.
Yeah, then he's like all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just gonna opt out. Like honestly, like you couldn't have done more of a bitch move, Cespedes. You should have just got hurt. Like it would have been more respectful.
See, the big problem that I have with all of this is no one knows how it really went down. So the Mets, during the game against the Braves, they made a statement saying that they just couldn't find him. They thought he was missing, that he just disappeared. And then after the game or towards the end of the game, they came out saying that he's opting out.
But it is a little because you don't know what's going on.
So then you hear from players in the locker room that he had already told the team the night before that he was opting out. And then you hear other people saying, oh, no, they didn't find out until after the game started.
Oh, I actually didn't even know that part that you just said. Like, the game. Oh, my God. Wow.
So what's going on, dude?
I just think he's a baby back bitch, honestly. I just feel like he got his bag, and he's obviously, like, tremendously declined in talent. Everyone, like, he was the Oakland A's home run derby champion. Even his first year at on the Mets.
When they went to the World Series and the year after that.
It's just now, like, it just showed that he was a horrible outfielder, and he's just, like, a mediocre hitter at this point that can hit some dingers here and there. And like, I think the boy got his bag. Good for him. He got his money. And I feel like he just doesn't give a fuck, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, I think the wild boar finally got to him. You know, I think that ankle finally got to him.
He's got to – he's got to go home and tend for the piggies and fucking chickens he's got home. Orleans are 6-1, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, how is this happening?
Technically, and I'm pretty sure I'm looking outside right now on the TV. They're winning right now.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're killing it. Them and the Cubs have the best winning percentage in the league right now. The Cubs are 10-3. Good for them. I mean, it's just the Cardinals, they're just – I think they got just as much as the Marlins did. They're around, like, the teens, the high teens, whatever. But it came out that the guys, they wanted to go out to a casino and have some fun. Like, you just can't do that, guys. You can't do it. And, like, what do you expect here? Now freaking Cardinals games are – getting postponed and pushed back, and it just fucks other teams because now they got to play these doubleheader 7-inning games, and anything can happen in those doubleheaders. It's like it's pretty much giving up a free loss. Like, to 1 point, like you're gonna split. Most likely, you're gonna split it unless the team sucks. It's just they're fighting through it. Got to respect the MLB for like pushing on. Manfred's holding his fucking nuts right now and be like, hey, listen, we're going through it. Gotta respect it, but these guys. If you let the players have freedom in this pandemic, they're going to get it. So they got to expect it. I mean, the NFL is going to have to do the same shit probably. And you're going to see players dropping like flies. And there's a lot more NFL players than fucking MLB.
those numbers are going to start scaring people a lot more because it's going to be more like 30, 40.
Yeah, and I know our baseball correspondent Corey's happy because his boy Soto is back in the lineup now. Well, he was again. Probably
He's
just
out
like
again?
kind of like he played a game and then they sat again. I guess probably to like manage his like whatever load and get him warmed up or whatever. The Yankees did the same thing with LeMahieu, but
Okay.
yeah. So he's back. Nothing really special in MLB. Just Cardinals being done.
Well, there's another thing. There's a couple people on a Houston team that are they were all-stars and they're now hitting about 180. Like
Yeah.
640 OPS, right?
They're batting 187 with I think you're right, 640 OPS. It's just, I mean, it just kind of like goes into the numbers of like when they were home in the playoffs, like they're all batting 350, 370, home runs up the fucking wazoo. OPS was like 1,000. And then their away games were like sub 200, a bunch of strikeouts, maybe a couple hits here and there. Now just proving that they can't do this trash can wazoo wabang, and our fellow Texan is going to go into this more because he hates the Astros. It's a shame because like, they are good players. And they are going to snap back. But
I mean, do you really think they will, dude, or do you really like? Do you think they might just not be that good?
I think I've always thought Correa was a little like overrated and hyped up. I think Goodman and Altuve and Springer are like talented players, and they got a good lineup like all around. So like if they get hot, they got the staff for it. I do think they're gonna make the playoffs still, but
okay,
they're proving everybody fucking right now. So
yeah, they are. They got to get it going.
It's good for that. It's good for that. It's good for MLB. Honestly, it's probably better if they don't make the playoffs and this goes all to bed. Like, hey, you guys are just not as good as you fucking were, and your World Series is an asterisk next to it. Just deal with it and let's move on.
No? Yeah, until they find a new way to cheat and then come back.
Freaking yeah. Oh, speaking of cheating, freaking, big time Ohio State fan here, and Jim Harbaugh had the fucking cojones, the balls, the testicles, the man nuts to come into a Big Ten coaches meeting and try to go at my guy Ryan Day for Ohio State cheating. It might have been. It's not even cheating. It's just going against the rules. So like one of the coaches was working out with some players at like a random field. And Jim Harbaugh like brings this picture up in a Zoom call with all the Big Ten coaches. And Ryan Day goes out and saying like NCAA better freaking make a mercy rule this year because they're about to put 100 on Michigan's head. Ohio State can lose every game of the season. And if they put 100 spot on Michigan at the end of the season, national champs, don't care. Fine, don't care. Give it to Clemson or Alabama again. Ohio State going to throttle Michigan, and they're finally going to fucking fire this fuck. I feel like sooner or later it's going to happen. This guy is just an underachieving little prick, and he's never going to be what his brother is. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, he had his shit. There you go.
So one question I have is, are you scared that Justin Fields isn't going to play?
If there's football in the fall, which Ohio State has said that they're fully anticipating on going with, like they're going to play in the fall, and if they're playing in the fall, he's going to play. Like him and Trevor Lawrence.
Did the Big Ten set up are they going to have a season, or is it just them?
The Big Ten right now, they kind of haven't like settled like 100%. Like I know Ohio State and Michigan and the big school, like the big time schools are like, yeah, we're playing. Like fuck this. But there's like this like Big Ten United thing going on. Like they're kind of like fighting like for better like
what the Pac-12 is doing.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Ohio State pretty much like they released a thing today saying like, all right, we respect these rules, but like we're here to play football. So like Ohio State's playing football. So the Big Ten's struggling a little bit, but I feel like they'll get it together. But going back to what you asked me, if football, well, obviously if college football doesn't happen this year at all, they're not going to play. But if it plays in the spring, I wouldn't be shocked if Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence sit it out because I do think they're going to be probably 2 of the top 4 picks in the draft.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I mean, I would suck, but whatever. Gotta respect the kid.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, and next we have our resident Texan, Mr. Isaac. What's going on, Isaac?
What is up? Nothing much. Just got off of work.
Hey.
Hopped on another Zoom call.
Oh, yeah, you did.
we all know I'm a big Dallas Cowboy guy, and you live in the beautiful state of Texas. But you have some good and some bad things to say about the state. So honestly, you know what? Just fuck it, go off. What do you got
Just
to
go
say about
off.
sports? How you
Y'all want to talk about the good or the bad? You want to talk sports or just news?
We'll just go general Texas life for now. However you want to say about general.
Mm, mm, let's start with the Astros because it's a big topic right now.
All right.
All right.
A lot of people are upset. I feel like the whole league is pretty upset with the Houston Astros. I don't really think it's that bad. I think it's really more of the fans. I feel like it's how they're trying to downplay and defer everything. I feel like it's sad because there are a lot of loyal Astros fans that had to endure all those really horrible seasons. I think they went to the World Series. What was it? 04, 05, back when they were in the National League. You really had some loyal fans really sticking around, and then all of a sudden they get good, right? You can't even see my air quotes, but they're good. And now everybody's just screaming, right? I think Bregman's pretty overrated. I don't think he's that good without the trash cans. Correa, same thing. That dude hits some dingers, but I don't think he's too great. Who I do think is pretty good is Altuve, but I don't think it's anything special. I think he's just small strike zone, and he's small, so he's got that quick bat swing. That's why he doesn't hit a lot of homers, but he's always got high averages. But do you guys remember when they were going off on Twitter during the protest, talking about wait, what? They were quoting the judge tweet. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I saw that. They're like making fun of Judge, like calling him a clown.
I'm just like, but it was like the whole reason they did that was because of a couple of dudes who I think they lost a DraftKings bet or something like that, and they were pressing the MLB to like open some letter that had nothing to do with the whole sign stealing thing. It was something about dugout phones, and I'm just like, as soon as that comes to light, the Astros fans during the whole protest, they don't really say anything about what's going on in the world, but they made sure to tweet some petty stuff like that. Like, I feel like Judge is so unproblematic in that way. He doesn't even really talk shit, so it was just like, all right. And that just lit up the whole Houston fan base.
Yeah, kind of going back what you said is just like, it is kind of the fans because like I feel like they cheated, they should have been punished like maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it sucks that they did it, and it sucks to the loyal fans that had to see a World Series finally and then kind of like get taken right out of their hearts. But I mean, just like look at it now. I mean, there are three good players like Springer, Correa, Bregman, the four good players, and Altuve. Their combined average right now is like a 187, and it's just like proving that they're just K'ing miserably, and they're not having good quality at bats at all. So they're really not helping their own case here that they don't need the trash cans. But like you said, I just kind of feel bad for the loyal fans, and kind of sucks because I feel like every team like stealing signs is like a part of baseball.
Yeah, Tommy and I were talking about this. It's like part of this whole, this team, they have like a video feed in their dugout. I'm just like, I feel like I've been able to try and decode signs since like 2004 because, how the cameras are angled. Like everybody's always been able to see the catcher. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody if they're trying to put some shit together in the dugout. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but the whole step further was hitting a trash can, trying to get that information to the batter live. And then in the World Series, I don't know about you guys, but I really think he had a wire on. Just everything kind of points to it. Like, don't rip my shirt off.
They did say that they had like buzzers and stuff, so it would make sense.
Yeah, and that's why it all connected back to the Red Sox too with the Apple Watches. It was just a lot of things lined up. I think that's really what was going on there. But there are a lot of good things that really don't pertain to the sign stealing. Like I feel like the Astros have had insane pitching since the mid to late, all the way until today, from like 2014. I mean, they went from Keuchel, Verlander, Morton. They basically made Cole into what he is right now. Just absolutely insane. I feel like they didn't even need the sign stealing to get that far, but it's kind of like put them way over the top.
They still got Greinke and Verlander too right now, so they got a nice bullpen. So the Astros are still going to be hanging around. Like we were talking about before we went live here. Like I do think they're going to be back and they're going to make the playoffs and they're going to make a push and it would suck for them. But for me, it would be funny. I mean, just fuck the Yankees. Sorry, but
oh, don't say that.
Like honestly,
you don't mean that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, if the Yankees and Astros played again in like the ALCS, I'd be rooting for the Astros. Like, that'd be just fucking.
I mean, that's nothing new. I feel like the Yankees have always been, a very hated team. Everybody, I mean, that was kind of frustrating to see. Is like, they lost to the cheaters, the big time cheaters. I know people say like, oh, the Yankees cheat too. It's like, what? The steroids? Like, so was Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire. Like, come on now, don't use that. Don't use that. They scapegoated the shit out of A-Rod. That's a whole other topic, though.
Yeah, we don't talk.
Huh?
A-Rod's a scum, but we don't have to talk about that.
Yo, A-Rod was the best shortstop on the Yankees at that time. I don't want to hear it.
He's not lying, and I'm like, Jeter's my favorite player, but that they had two of the best infielders in baseball on the same team. They just moved A-Rod over to third. Like, come on now.
Jeter was only good for that backhand jump throw.
Oh, whoa!
And to go 1 for 3, and to go 1 for 3.
And he definitely
should.
Don't
say that.
Definitely shouldn't. Like, he didn't need to dive into the stands for that foul ball either. It was kind of just over.
Oh, I think he did. Yeah, he was going full speed. He wanted to show how dedicated he was. But that one was probably. I don't think he thought he was going to get banged up like that. But yeah, he probably didn't need to jump in there. But I'm pretty sure dude leads in like most stats in the postseason. And I know it's because they're always there. People talk about the Bankies, but other teams have high payrolls and they haven't missed the playoffs in I don't know how long. So you could just hold that.
They're the new Mr. Payroll team. They're rolling the money over there in LA.
Oh yeah, the Dodgers.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Dodgers, all the Chicago teams too. But you want to move out of baseball?
Yeah, let's hop into it's football. I got some stuff to say about football.
Yeah, I have some stories, especially with the Texans. The Cowboys have always, I think everybody's used to seeing Cowboy stuff everywhere. I don't even really hate the Cowboys. But the Texans, it was just a different kind of animal when they went. I think it was like 10-1 in the 2013 it was 2012 into 2013 that year. Oh my, I'd never seen so many J.J. Watt jerseys in my life. Oh my God. It was kind of exhausting. And what was hilarious.
No, they got to see J.J. Watt as like a god around those parts.
Like, dude, J.J. Watt is absolutely insane, but damn, they worship him down in Houston. It's kind of scary. But yeah, I remember they went 10-1, and everybody was like, "Oh, Texans are the best team in football," and it's like, yo, I don't even think they're top 5. You know what I mean? And that's even generous to give them top 6, probably not even top 10. But it was really hilarious when they got bounced. I think they barely beat the Bengals, and they got bounced second round. Very next year, they start out 2-0, free tacos. I think they did free slushies or some shit at Sonic. But then they lose 14 in a row. Oh man.
Yeah, right after
Sonic
JJ got hurt.
Yeah.
But
still, come on now.
They're just always good for like a playoff loss. Like, they're never just going to be that team that's going to like roll through the playoffs or anything like that. They're always going to choke. And they had
I really love Deshaun though.
Yeah, Deshaun's good. I think Deshaun Watson is the second best quarterback to come out of that little era. But still.
You know how crazy some of the Houston fans are? They used to think Matt Schaub was a top-tier quarterback.
Oh, so they're just
we just swear by it. Yeah, big time delusional, big time. And this is gonna be a weird tangent right here, but I think this goes to this weird Texas pride thing that really exists in Houston. Did you guys know we have a Texas pledge? Did you know that?
A what?
A Texas pledge, in school, you have to stand up. I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, bro, what are we doing right now? But it was like, you do the American pledge, right? And then it's like, and now the Texas flag or some shit. And it's like, honor the Texas flag, pledge allegiance to thee, one state, under God, one and indivisible. And it's just like, didn't we just say one nation? Can we sit down, please? I used to sit during the Texas pledge. That was just how I did it. So this is just weird.
I wonder if other states do that. That's nuts.
Dude, did you know every state has a flag?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I got to Texas. I couldn't even tell you what any other state's flag looks like. Maybe Cali, but they have.
I couldn't identify the flags. If you put them all in front of me, I couldn't mix match them and shit.
That's what I mean.
I think I know 2 of them: Jersey's and California's.
I couldn't even tell you the Jersey.
Yeah, and Jersey's some ugly brown one, right? It's weird looking and all swamp
No, it's got bears on it, I think.
Yeah, that's
it's
what.
Real
Okay,
weird.
no, isn't that Cali?
No, that just has a bear on it, and it says Cali.
A bear.
Yeah.
A singular bear.
Yeah. A singular bear. All right, you got anything about the maybe we switch into a little basketball? What do you got about the Spurs and the Rockets?
No bear on their shirt.
All right, well, I'll say this. The Spurs, I think I think we talked about this. Are one of the best organizations like in all of sports. Like, come on now. Like, I don't think anybody really hates the Spurs. And if they do, like, probably Lakers fans or something, but like they at least have respect for them.
Yo,
You know, but
I'm kidding.
wait, what'd you say?
Fuck Papa. I can't even fucking say his name.
Popovich?
Old Pop, old G-Reg. That's the guy right there.
Oh man.
But
There's a respected team.
you know, like I lived in Houston, right outside of Houston, for what, 9 years? Yeah, about 9 years, and then I came to San Antonio, and I just feel like San Antonio has one of the most like knowledgeable and respectable fan bases. Like, none of them are just, yeah, I don't know, none of them have that delusion about them. Probably because they're always in the playoffs and everything, but you know, I feel like they know what they're talking about most of the time. A lot of them, you know, they're just on top of their shit. But the Rockets, same thing with the Texans, and same thing with the Astros. It's just as soon as they start, you know, getting a little bit in there, it's over. Up the beard, fear the beard. It's like,
Yeah,
come on now, brother.
what was it like when they got James Harden?
You know, I don't think anybody really expected it to go that well. Because, like, I'm making no mistake, that dude's an insane scorer and everything. But I think everybody knows he benefits from the game today. But I think he gets a lot of those calls because he's a left-hander, and when he goes up for his shots and everything, it looks a little different. Plus, he's got the beard, and I think, like, you know, he flicks that beard up, and it adds a little wow factor. And they're like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, everybody relax now, you know. So, I don't know. But it's weird, you know, they say, oh, he's one of the best at this, but it's like, dude, he also takes an insane amount of shots. Like, he has the ball in his hands almost all the time. So that's why I really had no idea what to expect when Westbrook got down there, because I'm like, well, how are they going to work this out? But they're cool with each other, so I think that's a big part of it. They like playing with each other and that whole thing.
A big problem for them is just that their tallest player is shorter than LeBron is.
Right, yeah, they go with that small ball lineup. Kind of waiting to see how that pans out.
Dude, that's like a high school lineup. Tallest guy on the floor is 6'6".
So they should play Chino Hills.
Chino Hills will have taller guys than them.
They're gonna be outsized by Chino Hills.
Yeah, dude, they got.
Dude, you know,
the other day they got out rebounded by like 28 rebounds against the Bucks.
Whoa.
28
I mean, that's
rebounds.
the Bucks.
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah. What is he? 6'11", 7 foot.
6'10".
Like 20-foot arms.
Yeah, pretty much.
That dude could touch the ceiling.
Listen, the Rockets are always.
I don't know.
Guys.
We'll see. Maybe they can. You know, Harden never really seems to put it together in the playoffs. I'm thinking this year might be different. They got a little bit of different formula going on now. I think. You know, if he gets ice cold again, they have like a guy in Russ that can just kind of go put the sphere in the circle like pretty easily. So we'll see. You know, it is crazy though. I remember. I think it was junior year of high school. This dude looked me dead in my eye and said, T-Mac in his prime would destroy Kobe in his prime. And I was like, get away from me.
They played each other in their primes.
I know. It's just like, all right, like T-Mac's insane and a Hall of Famer, no doubt, and everything. But dang, like, you need to relax. That's just that Houston delusion I'm talking about. It's rampant. It's rampant.
So bad. It's just like live in their own world and like, oh, our teams are the best every single year. Like just because the Astros got good all of a sudden and like the Rockets are good now, like they just think they're on top of the world.
Right. You know what's crazy though is like I'm a Blazers fan, which is kind of strange, but that was such a glorious moment when Lillard hit that 3 to send them home. Oh man.
Fans go nuts. I mean, you can't see that anymore.
I was going nuts. I think I screamed my lungs out. I was putting posts on Facebook back in the day, Twitter. I was like, oh, Lillard. It was Dame time before Dame time.
Quick question. You're from Texas, and a big thing in Texas, and there's a big debate that goes around the country in different areas. West Coast people like one thing, East Coast people like one thing, but you're from Texas.
Look, Whataburger shits all over In-N-Out. I don't even want to hear anybody's opinion on this, okay? It's not even close. Like, all right, what do you know about In-N-Out? What makes that place good?
California.
Never
Right?
been
It's
there
just
either.
okay. Well, I mean, they're here. Like I'm not like gonna be like, oh yeah, whatever. And I've never been to In-N-Out. I've been to In-N-Out at least like 10 or 15 times, and like it's a good burger. But it's just that's to me that's it. You know what I mean? They got their fresh cut fries. I'll give them the fries, but you know, all they got is that standard burger. You go to Whataburger. Oh, we got the honey butter chicken biscuit. We got an insane breakfast menu. We got the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. You can get it on Texas toast, a large bun, a small bun, a wheat bun. We got our own sauces that are in HEB, which is another reason, another positive for Texas. But I'm talking regular ketchup, spicy ketchup, creamy ranch, creamy pepper, whole long list of sauces. Dude, like, stop. Y'all got a burger. They call it, oh, let me get a 3x3. Stop. Go get a patty melt. Put some creamy pepper, some grilled onions. Grow up.
Going from like our area, like Tommy, I don't know that I do, but I'm a big fan of Shake Shack. I think Shake Shack really good.
Huh? Shake Shack's pretty good, but
Shake Shack
it's
is
like
fire.
Definitely
it's a different kind of burger. You know what I mean? That Shack sauce is insane.
Really good, and Five Guys is always quality, but sometimes it just doesn't really hit me too well. I don't know.
Yeah, but you go get a burger and fries from Five Guys and you just like broke your wallet for no reason. I don't understand that one. Why is it $25?
And if you have a peanut allergy, that's a little ridiculous. And if you have a peanut allergy, you can't go within like 500 feet of the damn store.
Yeah, that's facts.
Oh yeah, doesn't Chick-fil-A use peanut oil too to make their chicken?
I wouldn't be shocked, but like because it's so good, peanut is just from the world, so good.
It's delightful. I mean they go hard for Chick-fil-A down here too. Oh, you know what? The cherry on top, Whataburger, 24 hours, 24/7, 365. Okay, and you can get breakfast starting at 11 p.m. all the way to 11 a.m. Come on now, you could be drunk at 2 in the morning and pull up to Whataburger. Like just go have the breakfast of your life.
What do they have for breakfast?
Stay woke. Okay, so you got the breakfast burger, you got they got taquitos, and it's a pretty huge wrap of just like potatoes. Oh, if you get the potato and egg one, they put hash browns in there, just insane. They got the potato and chorizo, bacon, sausage. I already said chorizo. They got the honey butter chicken biscuit, which is absolutely insane. Like, I mean, I think this little biscuit with the chicken strip and the honey on it, it's like 800 calories. Just to put it in perspective, it's nuts.
Jesus.
But you know, the cherry on top, everything on the menu is like customizable with their app. So you could pull up to the drive-thru and say it, but you know, it's better to just use the app because you could do whatever you want. And I'm talking like you could switch your cheeses out. They got like 4 different types of cheeses, like all this different stuff. You can say, I want the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, but put honey butter instead of the barbecue sauce. And it's like, they'll do it.
Power move.
They'll do it.
Power move right there.
That's a power move, yeah. They hate it when you do that because it's just like, yo, that's a lot of honey butter.
I get it. All right. Anything else you want to throw in there about Texas life?
Yeah, I gotta, you know, I just feel like I just ranted on Texas a little too much. I gotta give them some more positives. So everybody should know about Buc-ee's, okay? Everybody has to understand there's no other gas station that compares. Buc-ee's is king. Miss me with the Wawa, miss me with the Sheetz, miss me with the Quick Check, whatever it is. Just trust me. Trust me on this one. Just Google inside of Buc-ee's, and you'll see what I mean. You see what I mean?
Inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Pull that up, Jamie.
Buc-ee's. Let's see this.
It's like a shopping center in there. They have all these candies that you get. They make them fresh, like from beef jerky to like gummy worms. Wait, what?
It's like a mega Walmart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like it's insane. Every single Buc-ee's is like that. Like it's all paradise. You see a big ass beaver sign from like miles down the road, and you're like, oh, we eating good today. We shitting good today.
They sell like stuffed animals and shit. That's like, oh, that's.
Yeah, if you're going down to the beach, you can pick up, you know, a pail. You can get, you know, sandals, t-shirts, the whole nine, shovels, seashells.
Fuck Wawa and like.
Dude, that's like one of those. That's like one of those huge rest stops that you see on the highways in Jersey.
That's their fucking gas stations in Texas.
Well, I mean, all right. It's not like if you're on the highway, there's probably one every 30 to 45 minutes or so, depending where you're at. If you're out in the boonies, like you're probably not going to see anything. But if you're going from from San Antonio to Austin, like that's a 45-minute drive, and you see like 2 of them. San Antonio to Houston, you see 2 of them, and they're building another one. It's just I plan my trips. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to stop at Buc-ee's. So it's like, that's just a must.
I respect that. I mean, listen, I got to make a Texas trip because I've never had Whataburger. into Buc-ee's, and I need myself a stuffed animal like chipmunk or beaver or whatever the hell he is.
Yeah, I
And
still
make sure
haven't
you
been
stop at the
down
best
there.
grocery store in existence, H-E-B.
H-E-B, what is that?
No store does more than my H-E-B.
I feel like just like the Texan people, just like you guys just have your own little world down there. It's so different to like New Jersey and New York in this area.
Oh, yeah. Dude, so many citizens, like, I don't remember what year it was, but they kept saying, like, oh, we want to secede. And I'm just like, y'all probably could, but stop being weird, you know? Like, you're still part of us. We're still one of the 50 Nifties.
That's right. I still can't get Buc-ee's. That's ridiculous. It's like
Buc-ee's is wild.
Man loves Buc-ee's.
I really do. I tried to get the T-shirt, but it's like see-through, and I was like, come on now, Buc-ee's.
See-through T-shirts?
Like, it wasn't see-through, but I feel like it's more of a pajama shirt. It was like $10, but I was like, oh, I want one with the beaver on it. And it was just like, so it was like, I could see your nipple. And I was like, all right, I can't go back. It's like an hour away.
On the crowd, it's like, hey, maybe a little nip action's not too bad.
I tried to put a Nike shirt under it, and they're like, I can see the swoosh. I'm just like, damn it.
That's it, right?
Any closing comments on Texas? What do you guys think? When you hear Texas, what do you think? Horses?
I've had one experience with Texas. I went to a Cowboys-Patriots game the year that the Patriots went undefeated and lost to the Giants. And I went to the Texas State Fair. Like, it was cool. It was fun. I was, like, young. But, like, goddamn, like, I just, like, all those years since I've been there, I've just been picturing these giant, like, fucking turkey legs walking around. They're the most mesmerizing thing to me. People just walk around, like, eating like cavemen. It was unbelievable. I got to go.
I mean, yeah, you got to come down for the Ren Fest, the Renaissance Festival. That gets pretty lit with the turkey legs. They got one with ham, too. It's like a ham leg. Shit's, like, bigger than my forearm. It's wild. But, dude, like, we got to talk real quick about the beaches. Texas beaches are trash, and they don't understand. Murky waters, BP oil spill infected, just seaweed everywhere. Why is it so warm?
And you said
why is it so warm?
It's better than the Jersey, worse than the Jersey beaches.
I mean, you guys say worse than the Jersey beaches. Like, Jersey beaches are bad, but I think Jersey beaches are like at least the standard. You know what I mean? Like, the boardwalk is. You know what? The one thing that's weird about Galveston, that's one of the main beaches everybody goes to, is like, you know how when you go to Seaside or somewhere, you can't really drive next to the beach. Like, there's a lot of sand area and like seashell type stuff. You can drive like along the water.
Like on the sand.
It's kind of weird. No, I mean, no, not like, but I mean, the road is right there. Like, it's like, It goes from just road to like, I could be a road and then 50 feet water. Like, it's just like that.
Okay. So
wow.
They don't.
It's like a mile of sand.
Yeah. So they don't have like the boardwalk in there either.
It's like a pier that just goes out onto the water.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah, I do like.
All right.
I feel like the New Jersey boardwalk. Like, the beaches are okay. Like, the water's not the greatest. Like, just people on the beach are gross. But like,
you say that now.
I bet would see a little bit worse probably. But like, the nightlife and the boardwalk life is fun in New Jersey. Like, it gets a little slept on because you've been there so much. And we got Atlantic City, like, so. Yeah, it's
AC. Yeah,
time.
it's not just the beach; it's the boardwalk life, and that's like they don't know about that 3-pier business, that Wildwood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Big time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to go back. Tommy took me to Wildwood my first time.
Yes, I did.
I've been to Wildwood since like high school.
Yeah, that's the last time I've been there too.
Senior week, baby. Cool.
All right, let's go next.
All right. So Isaac, thanks again for coming on, bud. For everyone that for everyone that didn't hear before,
you got it.
Correspondent, Mr. Isaac Behne.
Yeah, Isaac, thanks for coming.
Yo, don't say it like that.
What? Say it like what, dude?
Benny with the Henny. Trap money, Benny.
Oh, sorry, Benny. Sorry.
Benny, what's up, baby? Come on. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. He's got it.
It was nice to have you, man. Great to meet you. Talk more about Texas in the future. I'm looking forward.
Yes, sir. Catch you next time, Isaac.
See ya. Kick me so I don't have to leave.
Just fading away.
All right, so we got some other sports here. So one thing that I saw that I thought was interesting. So this is more sports entertainment. The WWE. Pat McAfee, ex-NFL kicker.
Yeah.
He's going into the WWE, man. He's fighting. He's fighting on NXT.
He's just got like him and Gronkowski are like the same. Like they got that personality. Obviously they got their fame from their talents in the football field. McAfee, Rob Gronkowski, probably one of the greatest tight ends of all time. I guess he's going to go down as.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know if he should or shouldn't, but he's a beast.
Oh, yeah, 100% should. He's insane.
Good. He's more than good. He's insane. You're right. But they just got that personality, you know, like they fit that. Like Triple H he's one of the big shots at fucking WWE for a reason. He knows these things and he knows what's going to bring in viewers. And Pat McAfee is such a young audience, like me, like us ourselves. Like we watch Pat McAfee. So, like it's just to bring a different audience to come in. I'm pretty sure he's fighting like right before like SummerSlam, like one of their biggest events of the year.
I think so. Yeah.
And the show before SummerSlam, I think he's fighting on. And they've been gassing up good. Like this guy he's fighting's been on the Pat McAfee show. He caused a scene. Triple H came on, tried to mediate the situation, and like Pat McAfee comes in and just gives him the boot to the jaw.
Oh man, did you see the video?
You tiny itty bitty short little bitch.
Dude, he
just
killed it. I mean, what a fitting finishing move for Pat McAfee, just a big boot.
I mean, it would have been a little better, though, if he was, like, laying down and it was a punt, but
I feel like they're going to make Pat McAfee win the fight, and it's going to be off that. Like, he's going to be doing, like, hanging over the ropes and, like, kind of like a Rey Mysterio action. Like, Pat McAfee's just going to go, bam, just punt his skull. And then he's just going to be like, for the brand.
Oh, yeah. Has to say for the brand at least once.
Oh, yeah. And then in my other sports – so as some of you may know, some of you know, I'm a professional wiffle ball player. We call ourselves the Lemonheads. Here's our team hats right here. They're bucket hats, like the cowboy hats. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know, whatever. We just recently won the Northeast Region qualifier for the regional tournament this weekend. We're the top 3 seed. We got a bye to the Elite 8. Wiffle ball is listen. For people that think wiffle ball is just a little plastic game sport you play when you're drunk with your friends in the backyard, you're wrong. There's a whole world that I can make a whole 2-hour episode talking about the wiffle ball world. I'm not now. It's just like it's so fascinating to me being like a retired baseball player, just being able to do something again that's like similar and a lot less effort because I don't run the bases and shit. It's so fun to me. But yeah, Lemonheads, follow us on all social medias at Jersey Lemonheads. You know, ready to go. We're bowling regional playoffs this weekend. Nationals are in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Lemon's on top by a zillion, baby. That's my extra sports of the week.
Love to hear it, P. Good shit.
Also, I may win Rookie of the Year, too, but I'll keep you updated. If I don't win, I'm probably not going to say anything.
That's crispy. Oh, that could go. That could carry, and it will. Matt Crispe, a big homer. And it's 4-0 Lemonheads. Wow, very impressive by the rookie. He said earlier in the day, I might be the Rookie of the Year, and he just might be, folks.
All right, and next up, we got the poo-poo parlays for the week.
Hey, listen, I tell you what, we lived up to the fucking name last week. They were fucking poo-poo.
Yeah,
absolute.
Yeah, I think we both went 1 for 3 on the games.
Yeah, and just like our negligence in picks and like our lack of stupidity and acting like we know what the fuck we're talking about kind of just hit us in the throat.
Yeah.
This week, poo-poo parlays, we're going to obviously do the same thing again. 1 game from the 3 major sports we think going on right now.
Yep.
I guess we can't disrespect all the other sports. We got to start adding more in here. We got to get a WNBA game in here for our girl, Miss Powers.
Oh, yeah, we have to do it.
So MLB, we're going to go against our boys we've been talking on all day. Astros versus A's. The A's have been real hot. I think they got one of the best lineups in baseball behind the Twins, the Yankees, and the Dodgers, obviously. But Olsen and Chapman, I think they're good. And the Astros they're struggling a little bit. I think this game is going to be whatever the over is. I don't know what it is. I think it's going to actually hit that over. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And I think the A's are going to pull it out at the end. So I would go A's money line and over.
Okay. I'm taking the A's too. I mean, you know, like we've been saying, you know, the Astros, you know, their core guys hitting like 185. You know, you can't bet on that to win. You know,
like
so
the biggest numbers are coming from like Reddick and like Michael Brantley.
Yeah.
Listen, by no means they're good players. It's just when your three-headed dragon is batting 187 with a 600 OPS, struggling.
Yeah. So I got to take the Astros, or not the Astros. I got to take the A's, and I'm gonna go with the under in this game.
Respect. I don't know the pitching matchup yet, but I just think it's going to be a slugfest. Maybe if because Verlander's out for the year, and I don't think the Astros have many other options. So I feel like they're going to score runs to even keep it a close game, but I do think the A's are going to pull it out like on a pretty decently scored game.
Yeah.
All right, now you want to talk about our NBA game.
Yes, sir. All right, so this game is we're looking at the Sixers playing against the Blazers. You know, like we said earlier, Ben Simmons, he's not going to be playing. You know, the Blazers, they're looking real hot. They're already up to the 9 seed. They're only a half game back on the Grizzlies. You know, they're trying to tear the world apart.
Yep.
I have the Blazers 100% winning this game. I don't think there's any question. Bubble Melo looks like Olympic Melo. He's going off. He had a game winner.
He looks like a track.
And
he's running around and shit.
And you got to go with the over, man. You know, I mean, the Sixers gave up 53 to TJ Warren. If this game doesn't hit the over, I don't know what one will.
That's just at this point, it's just bad luck if you don't do the over. But I'm going to agree with you 100% through it, just because I don't like the Sixers and Philly, and I just rather see them lose. So I'm going to go with Portland in the over here. D. Lillard, let's see it, baby. Ball out for me.
Yeah. Dane Dollar, baby.
Finally, we're going to go into NHL. It's kind of just like a playing game, a round-robin game. Bruins versus Caps. The Bruins have been playing kind of bad right now. They're 0-2, and the Caps are 2-0, I think, in their pool play games. I think. Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Whatever. They've got to win at least. But they're going on. I think the Bruins are going to pull out a win because I still do think they're one of the best teams in the NHL, as they've displayed all year. They were the 1 seed going in. I think the Bruins are going to turn it up a little bit, get a little bit like more ready to play, kind of more playoff vibe, get ready for the actual environment they're going to play in. I'm going to take the Bruins money line. That's it, and I don't think the over is going to hit, but I'm just going to stay Bruins money line.
All right, I am going with the man, the myth, the legend, Ovi. I'm taking the Caps.
Respect.
Taking the Caps. I'm taking the Caps, and I'm going with the under.
Okay.
I'm going with the under. Almost all the games have been hitting the unders, you know,
right?
Except for, like, the Blackhawks. Their games have been, like, 10, 11.
We had a lot of shitty takes last episode, but one of the takes that have been showing true, besides, like you said, in the Blackhawk game, is these goalies got fresh legs, man. Fucking A. They're saving, like, shutout after shutout, 1-goal game after 1-goal game. It's just, like, these top-tier goalies are showing that they had their rest. So, like, good for them. And also the young players and the old players that we were talking about, don't see any difference, honestly. They're just hockey players being guys and dudes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Connor McDavid, my boy, he had a hat trick. He had a hat trick the other night. Love to see it.
He's got some respect going on for him.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
all right.
Parlays, and that's everything we have for today.
That's it.
Thank you guys for listening. Huge shout out to Isaac, our local Texan that we have on our team here. We have a big team. We're just going to be rolling out people the whole entire time. You're going to see a wild different faces, and you may see some returning guests in the future. But huge shout out to him for hopping on the show. Huge shout out to Colin again for editing this shit. And again, hit us up in the comments for next week's article review, and hit us up with any questions if you guys want to answer at the end, because we've had no questions and we can't do that section now because, Anyway, thanks for guys for listening. EP Takes, we're out.
Yeah, man. Like and subscribe, boys. Catch you next time.
EP Takes.
Yeah, baby.